Instructional Design Strategies for Online Learning. A presentation by Geri-Lynn in partial fulfillment for course Education 6610, Research in Computers in the Curriculum. Introduction. The purpose of this slidecast is to present an analysis on the theme of instructional design strategies for online learning. Instructional design strategies refer to the processes and methodologies of designing instruction that focus on improving learners' efficiencies. Instructional design approach that integrates technology and elements of traditional education is known as blended learning. Instructional designers are challenged to develop online learning solutions that are both efficient and effective. Online learning is described by Hastie, 2007, as creating a collaborative learning environment. This ultimately resulted in greater learning environments for the participants. Online learning has shaped innovative new delivery methods for instructional designers. These include mobile or M-learning, learning communities, synchronous online classrooms, and blended learning opportunities. Methods. 10 sources were selected from 9 peer-reviewed educational technology journals, and each included an electronic medium. The analysis included only sources with the words instructional design or instructional designer in the title. To figure in the analysis, all the studies included research participants. The studies included were from the date range of 1998 to 2013. The studies excluded meta-analysis, literature, and book reviews. The studies included global representation, with participants from a number of countries, including the United States of America, Canada, Australia, Turkey, and Sri Lanka. Participants in the study represented a diverse population ranging from primary students, high school students, and post-secondary students. These studies also included professionals from private sector organizations. The studies used primarily qualitative research methods, and within this genre, 2 studies employed a case study methodology. 3 of these studies used a mixed methods approach. Findings. 5 themes related to instructional design strategies for online learning were identified. The themes highlighted from the analysis are adherence to best practices, understanding learners' needs, collaboration and consultation, role clarity, and selecting the right medium. Adherence to best practices has proven successful in driving efficiency and effectiveness gains. Roytech 2010 identified 47 separate best practices to follow when creating instruction and recommended the implementation of electronic tools to increase efficiency. Integrating best practices was a factor in creating a positive learning experience. Hastie 2007 outlined 10 best practices for designing instruction for synchronous learning, which resulted in improved engagement and better learning outcomes. Positive learning interactions resulted in a progressive impact on job performance. Increased confidence with online learning was noted for teachers that followed outlined best practices. A structured framework was defined as a best practice for online learning. Instructional design strategies must seek to understand learners' needs in order to create a valuable learning event. Courses that are designed to include a focus on learner requirements result in a meaningful learning experience. Schneider 2009 recommended that instructional design strategies transition from teacher-centric to a learner-centric approach. Maintaining an awareness of the efforts to adapt to new technology and considering the learner's perspectives contributes to a positive experience. The theme of collaboration and consultation between learners, designers, and instructors featured prominently in the literature. Students experienced success in both knowledge gain and level of collaboration when participating in a structured learning community. Hasty, 2009, indicated that the use of minimalist instructional design principles for synchronous online learning increased collaboration between teacher and students and resulted in stronger student engagement. It was recommended that the design of M-learning include collaborative opportunities for peer learners. Flexibility and collaboration is required with instructional design teams to function effectively. Role clarity must be established when creating instructional design strategies. Role clarity between instructional designer and instructor must be defined. Gedeck, 2012, contended that an instructional designer assigned to develop online programs required appropriate technical skills to be successful. Design teams in workplace learning need specific role clarity within the team to function. Designing e-learning for different disciplines requires specific roles and responsibilities to be defined. The final subtheme illustrates the importance of selecting the right technology medium or platform when designing online learning. Adams, 2013, reported that blended learning was most effective. Hasty, 2007, indicated that synchronous classroom settings were the most effective form of online instruction. Selecting the hardware and software for M-learning directly impacts and influences the teaching approach. Snyder, 2009, proposed that new practices must be considered in the design of online learning. Discussion. A majority of the studies indicated that the use of instructional design strategies with online learning created a positive learning experience. During this analysis, a number of existing best practices for online instructional design were identified. Studies by Roytek, 2010, Hasty, 2007, and Gedeck, 2012, demonstrated that using best practices leads to increased efficiencies, consistency, and effective learning. Smith, 2008, explored designing e-learning for different disciplines and reported that non-learning themes were similar, but noted that there were specific e-learning requirements between disciplines. The results on determining the most effective delivery method for online training were mixed and inconclusive. All of the studies highlighted that various online methods were being used to replace the traditional classroom environment. Conclusion. The findings of the 10 sources analyzed in this literature review indicate that clearly defined instructional design strategies are required to create effective online learning. Incorporating best practices for instructional design results in a collaborative learning experience, improved learner outcomes, and the selection of the most appropriate technology solution. Implications. The sources reviewed produced a number of implications and considerations for instructional design strategies for online learning. Adams, 2013, and Roytek, 2010, advocated to provide designers and learners with tools and resources, which include user-friendly technology and electronic tools. For workplace learning, Corporate culture and openness to technology must be considered. Design strategies must implement a learner-centric approach. Smith, 2008, asserted that different disciplines have unique e-learning requirements that must be reflected upon. Effective design methods must connect online learning with job performance. Limitations. The studies included a diverse demographic group from primary school students to professionals in the workplace. Narrowing the scope to a specific homogeneous participant group could have changed the results of the analysis. The sources used in this review examined different technology platforms. Reviewing a singular delivery approach may have produced different results. References.